Howdy everyone, Fran Capitanelli here. The power of music. You know what I'm talking about. So I've been thinking a lot about the profound effect that music has on all of us. It can do so many things. It'll wake you up, it'll relax you, it'll get you pumped up to work out. It could all of a sudden make you sad or melancholy if something comes on that's emotional. It doesn't even necessarily have to have vocals to it. You can just hear a melody and be like, I can't listen to that right now. It's going to make me sad. Wow, that's a lot going on. How is this happening? Basically, your brain is accepting the music as a reward, and it's activating the pleasure center, which is releasing serotonin and dopamine. And it's also activating the amygdala, which deals in emotions and memories. So you've got this piece of music, which is the stimulus, and the amygdala is attaching it to an emotion and to this memory. So now when you hear that song in the future, you associate it with this time. That time you were listening to it, it'll bring you back. Now there's another level to it when you're listening to music with another friend and you feel a connection with that friend and the music. Your brain will release a neuropeptide, a hormone. They call it the love hormone, and it's called oxytocin. And it does a lot of things. But basically, the main thing that it does is creates an affiliation and the feeling of bonding with another person. It'd be like if you hug someone, outside of the physical feeling of the hug, you feel a connection with that person. So you're listening to a piece of music with a friend of yours, your oxytocin levels go up. You feel a bond with the music. You feel a bond with the person next to you. It's activating the pleasure center. The amygdala connects it to an emotion and the memory. Now you have it with another person, and that creates our song. They're playing our song, kind of a thing. Now the oxytocin levels will go up when there's more people involved and when there's synchronized movements, like say dancing, or seeing a band with a bunch of other people and you're listening to everything in real time to a rhythm, or playing in a band. Even if you're not doing synchronized movements, you're playing a song synchronized on your respective instruments. And that's raising all these levels of these peptides in your brain and associating them with memories and emotions. So now that we've covered all that, I was talking with a close friend of mine about an experience that we had together musically, which catapulted our friendship to a much higher level. We had been acquaintances and friends on the surface level, and then one day the power of music took over and solidified our friendship from that point on in a big way. So I was at work one day, many, many years ago, and it was a Saturday afternoon, and this friend of mine comes in, and he says, I'm playing a show tonight, and it's a battle of the bands, and it's Led Zeppelin cover bands against Black Sabbath cover bands. And I was like, yeah, cool. And he was like, but I have a problem. My singer just bailed on me. He doesn't want to do it, day of the show. Is there any way that you would consider getting up there and singing these 3 Led Zeppelin songs? And I was like, it's kind of a tall order. Which 3? We're gonna groove. Out on the Tiles. And how many more times? And he's like, we're also going to do this little thing from this bootleg of the Fillmore in '69 where they go into the Spirit song, Fresh Garbage. I was like, wow, that's some deep stuff right there. You're going deep. So I was like, all right, well, I'll tell you what.
If you go out and buy me a blonde curly wig, I'll do it.
So he did. He went out and bought me a beautiful blonde curly wig. Next thing you know, it's showtime. The day goes by really quick. We had no time to rehearse. I had, barely enough time to figure out what the words were, because you think you know them until you have to get up in front of people and start spitting them out. I took the wig and I cut it up to make it look like a '69 era Robert Plant. And I put the excess hair in my pockets and figured I would anoint people with it as our set went on. So the name of our band was Eggplant. And since we didn't get a lot of practice in, there was limitations on all of our parts as a cohesive unit. But it didn't negate how much fun we had and how much fun the audience had. So this is in 1999, I believe, at a club called Dottie's right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Loud stuff! Does anyone remember loud stuff? Excellent!
That's my friend Joshua, huge Led Zeppelin fan. It was his idea to pull me into the ring for this episode of Life. So I had never been on a stage without holding a guitar or being behind the drums. That was a little frightening. You see me holding on to a beer for dear life. I basically am not drinking the beer, I'm just using it to hang on to and to spray the crowd with. So right here I'm thinking, wow, we've already made it through one song and I'm still standing. I'm gonna need another beer to spray on people. And I probably should incorporate some of my Robert Plant moves and some boo 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 boo. This is the Spirit song, Fresh Garbage. One of the coolest little interludes of music that they did back in the early days and didn't get sued for. This part is really high. I can barely get there. You can tell I'm giving it my all right there. We all are. But this is a hard song. Probably why they didn't ever play this song except for the intro part to lead into another song. Very tricky. One more song to sing and we will have completed our mission and have this wonderful memory, warts and all. Here that I'm going to introduce the band, and I start doing that and realize, oh, I know this bass player, but I don't know his last name. So I'm going to have to just introduce them as Led Zeppelin and myself as Robert Avery.
Mr. John Paul Jones on the bass. Guitar, Mr. Jimmypage. And I'm robertplant.
See what I mean about the beer? It's not really to drink. If you put a wig on and you can hide behind it a little bit, you kind of lose your inhibitions. So as I said before, I had taken a bunch of this wig and cut it up and had it in my pockets. I only had a few Goldilocks left. Clearly, I'm a little bit lost right here. It doesn't matter. The power of the music takes over. 6 hours previously to this, I had no idea that I would be doing that. So if I make some mistakes, but I got a big part coming up right here, where the band's gonna drop out and it's gonna be just me. So we better get it right. That we are on another level now of friendship. And that's what music does. And so much more. have it. So glad I decided to do that, and so glad someone was there to film it. Thanks for hanging out. Fran Capitanelli here, totally into the sound. We'll see you next time.